In this episode of Sailing Doodles, we take you through a typical day in the life sailing for us. It's not all play out there, we do have to work quite a bit too. But in the end, we always find time to relax. A year and a half ago, I was a corporate pilot, but then I had a stroke and that career was taken from me. But in hindsight, it was the best thing that ever happened. I bought a boat and went sailing. I talked a good friend into coming along, picked a crewmate up along the way, and of course we couldn't forget the puppy dogs. This video channel is funded by viewers like you. Check out sailingdoodles.com to find out how you can help. We started this day at Black Point in the Exumas and sailed up to Waterick Wells National Park.
So the electric winch is not working. Well, it is working. We just have the breaker off because that's what controls the windlass too. So sails are going up by hand today. Actually, I need to untwist that.
Nothing is ever easy when sailing, and it does take some agility too.
That pulley gets twisted when it's sitting around doing nothing. And when you put tension on it, it stays twisted instead of becoming untwisted. So it just makes it harder to put the main up all the way. So gotta untwist it sometimes.
The mast on this catamaran is 70 feet tall, and that's a pretty big sail. So it takes a lot of effort to pull that thing all the way to the top. It really takes a lot of cranking on that winch. It's definitely easier when the electric winch is working.
Okay, all done. Sail's up. Now we're ready to pull up the anchor. Let's get out of here.
After enough time on a boat, things become second nature. The girls really have the anchoring and unanchoring thing down. With the main sail and the anchor up, it was time to motor out of the bay.
Sad to be leaving Black Point for the last time?
We didn't get to spend enough time. We're in a really big hurry to get back to the States, so we're only able to spend a couple of days in each of our favorite places, so it's a little sad, but at least we get to see them overall. Freaking love this place.
Once out of the bay, it was time to put out the head sail and really start sailing.
It's a nice day to relax out here. It's a nice, easy sail. It's pretty nice. I mean, I'm relaxing. And Maverick is relaxing. Goose is relaxing. The girls are working. Scrubbing. Hauling water out. Good job, guys.
Thanks. It ain't easy, but it sure is fun. You're in my way.
Between the dogs and having the guests over that just left, it's a full-time job keeping this deck clean.
One of the great things about sailing in the Exumas is we're in 20 knots of wind right now. So if we were out in the open sea, I mean, 20 knots of wind, there'd be some pretty big swells. We'd be bouncing up and down pretty good. I mean, at least 6 footers probably, something like that. But the Exumas, the cool thing is that you can be on the leeward side of the island anytime you want. So here we are in 20 knots of wind. We're doing 8 to 9 knots boat speed. And look at these waves. I mean, they're 1 footers, you know? It just makes it so nice. So, you know, people often said, don't rush through the Exumas. It's some of the nicest cruising grounds in the world. Well, they're right. I wish we could spend more time here, but we got to get the boat back to Florida. But guys, if you're get a chance, charter a boat out of Georgetown or something like that. The Virgin Islands are a big party. If you want pretty water and good sailing, come to the Exumas.
It's not all work though. We do get some downtime when sailing. We do have to work on staying fit though, as sailing can be a fairly sedimentary lifestyle. We always have to find inventive ways to keep working out.
It's harder than it looks. Gotta work those glutes. One, two, three. Crush it. Straight killing it. Lean, mean fighting machine.
Before we knew it, it was time to drop the sails and head into Warderick Wells and the Exuma Land and Sea Park. The water is absolutely gorgeous, and there's a ton of great snorkeling and hiking trails. The current coming into the cut can be absolutely ripping. We're doing 6.5 boat speed, and our speed over ground is only 2.5 knots. That's 4 knots of current. The channel coming in is extremely narrow and shallow on the sides, but is absolutely gorgeous. There's no anchoring in the park, so it's time to catch our assigned mooring ball.
Well, we have a lot better parking spot than we did last time. Now we're like right up here, front row. I guess, you know, they've heard of us now, right? So.
Not as if we could swim. The current would take us places.
Oh yeah, it's like a 4-knot current. It's crazy. But hey, we're happy to be here.
We took the dogs in to do their business, but they're not allowed on the hiking trail, so we dropped them back at the boat and headed into the shore. It really makes it easier beaching the dinghy with a little bit of teamwork. Of course, don't forget to set your dinghy anchor in case the tide comes up. You don't want that thing floating away. Back on the boat, the dogs were giving us mournful looks.
They don't look too happy. Sorry, boys.
It really is some of the most beautiful water in the Exumas.
Y'all ready to do some hiking?
Yes.
Alright, say hi to Spermy again.
Old sperm. I like that they have him here. It's really important that people do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Damage they're causing.
Even though the island is pretty small, there's 2 or 3 miles of hiking trails that are really interesting. The trails are well marked, but be sure and wear thick shoes as the rocks can be pretty sharp. And then it was time to cross Megan's favorite rickety old bridge. This time the water wasn't up nearly as high though. The views from the top of the hills can be breathtaking.
Oh, yay!
Of course, we had to stop at our old favorite sinkhole too.
No. It's a little warped. What
Well, maybe don't bounce on it.
Yeah.
We should have like a rope. In case we need to pull her back up.
Yeah, she can wait down there till I go back to the boat and get one.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Get dark out. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a little creepy. A little creepy.
There's only been 2 or 3 human sacrifices down there.
Oh shit.
Whoa!
Alright, let's pull this back up.
Alright. Alright, you grab that end.
Yeah, that's a little heavy. I don't think we can.
Oh, there's so many spiders in here.
No, okay, I'm not in anymore.
Now.
How was it?
Nailed it.
You did it.
It was scary. In and out, done. Done.
And then it was time to climb Boo Boo Hill. At the top of the hill, there's a huge pile of driftwood where cruisers write their name and vessel on it. We left one there 6 months earlier and we're trying to find it, but we couldn't.
Wasn't it on like a spongy old
I mean, it was on a piece of wood like that.
So we found a new piece of wood and wrote our names on that. Boo Boo Hill gets its name because it has a lot of blowholes that make a boo sound.
I'm waiting to get sprayed in the face.
Yeah, I keep like jumping back.
That sounds so bad.
You always have to take it there.
So with all the sights seen, it was time to head down the hill and back to the boat. The Exuma Park is such a beautiful place and a must-see if you're cruising the Exumas.
I mean,
They
dog.
had to have heard us because they couldn't have seen us through this bush. Boys! Did you see it?
Back on the boat were some dogs waiting impatiently for their dinner.
How did you get him on there?
He just did it himself. No, wait.
He's gonna pop Iceman.
Not the top Iceman. You're just gonna be real gentle. Alright, go Matt.
Maverick, come on.
Go Matt.
Come on, buddy.
Go Matt. Go Matt with the boy.
Thanks for watching, and you can become a patron for as little as $1 a week, and we really could use some help getting some new camera, computer, and drone equipment. Go to sailingdoodlers.com to find out how you can help.